Hello, Dr. Michael Arnhem with a new series called Know Your Rights. But this particular video, the first one in the series, is called Bear With Me. Why? Well, when you call a business, you are very often told, bear with me. And in fact, I have a bear with me. This is Bernard the Bear. And as you can see, he is a barrister, just like me. Straighten. Say hello, Bernard. Can be a bit shy sometimes. Hello. And of course, he is very much a mind of his own. He is my associate, but totally independent. No, you're my associate. When you see what I mean. Yes, we are each other's associate. I'm his associate, he's my associate. But totally independent, like all barristers. Now, all right, so what about Know Your Rights? Well, it is a practical series. Yes, but you can't give advice on the video. No, that's an important point. There is no legal advice being dispensed in these videos. If you need legal advice, you must consult a lawyer. I'm a barrister, Bernard is a barrister, but there are plenty of other barristers and solicitors out there. Yes, but we're the best. Well, that may well be. But if you have a practical question which is not legal advice, by all means, post it on the website with which this video is associated. Its name appears alongside me here on the screen. So what is this series about, really? I said practical without being legal advice. So it's going to focus on issues that affect people like you, law-abiding citizens, legal issues that you may encounter, and also a practical approach on how to handle them without being advice on your particular case. And the thing is, law should not really be tricky or difficult. No, just apply the facts to the law. That's it. Yes, you should really just be able to apply the relevant facts, not always easy to tell which ones they are, the relevant facts, or to call them material facts, to the relevant law, or vice versa. But it's often a question of interpretation. Unfortunately, English law is in a really difficult position at the moment, and has been for some time. One of the top judges, Lord Neuberger, former president of the UK Supreme Court, put it this way: analysis of tort cases, tort, T-O-R-T, appears to demonstrate a notable degree of disarray and a marked lack of reliable principle. Well, that sounds quite worrying, doesn't it? Yes, only tort. Well, yes, he does confine it to tort, T-O-R-T, but tort is a huge area of law. It's by far the biggest area of law outside the criminal law, in what we call civil law. Tort is huge. So, disarray, that doesn't sound good. And marked lack of reliable principle. What does that mean, really? Well, it means, essentially, that law in that area, and unfortunately, is not confined to tort alone. Law is, in that area certainly, and more, is uncertain, unpredictable, And that means that there is a proliferation of court cases, because where the law is certain, you don't need to go to court really, and where it's uncertain, you may think that whatever the result at first instance, for example, in other words, the first court that it comes to, you need to appeal, because you may get a different result. And whoever loses at that point may decide to appeal further. So it can cause a proliferation of cases, and unfortunately, one of the features that we find quite frequently is what I call yo-yo cases. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Well, it's not really fun. A yo-yo, I'm sure you know what a yo-yo is, one of those child's toys that bobbles up and down on a string. Well, that's why I call these cases yo-yo cases, because there is one result at first instance that is reversed on appeal and then reversed back again on a further appeal. And the result is it's like musical chairs. Whoever wins in the end gets the costs all the way up and all the way down. It can be a very expensive exercise for a loser. Even someone who won in the first 2 rounds can end up paying the bill right the way up and right the way down. It's very, very worrying, but obviously not all cases are yo-yo cases. And we are going to look at a whole variety of cases, and of not cases as such, but situations where you can work out how to handle the law. As I said, we're going to take a practical view without giving any legal advice. So keep watching and catch you next time. Bye-bye.